Words. We all say them, or at least we think them, and sometimes we read them. I'm tired. We're talking long words today. I was planning on doing r/ask Reddit, looking into that, but why do you think President Trump ordered all U.S. flags at half? How do you feel about CNN editing killing Tyler Durden bad legislation? I feel like you're getting liberal Republicans. How do you feel that you are president media? What's your take on Trump? How do you feel about people? What do you think about Trump's? Also, you might notice something on your screen. Particularly this thing on your screen. It's a little character guy I'm trying out. I don't even know if I like it. Maybe I'll change something about it in the future. Maybe I'll never use it again. Maybe I shouldn't be making this decision when I'm this tired. But you didn't come here to hear me self-consciously bitch and moan. You came here to hear some long words. So we'll get into that. When it comes to English, most of our long words are either medical terms or just completely made up, or both. Like pneumono ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis, which was created by the president of the National Puzzlers League and is essentially just another way to say silicosis, which is lung disease caused by inhaling crystalline silica dust. I don't even know how you get yourself in a situation where you're inhaling crystalline silica dust. While we're on the topic of disease names, another one worth bringing up is pseudo-hypoparathyroidism, named for its similarity to pseudo-hypoparathyroidism. Probably named for its similarity to hypoparathyroidism. Let's get political with anti-disestablishmentarianism, essentially people who wanted the Anglican Church to remain as the Church of England. You also have neo-anti-disestablishmentarianism, essentially regular anti-disestablishmentarianism, except new. This next one's a little poetic. Oh, they have lived long on the alms basket of words. I marvel thy master hath not eaten thee for a word, for thou art not so long by the head as honorific abilitudinatibus. Thou art easier swallowed than a snapdragon. That's from Shakespeare's Love's Labor Lost, which is I've never heard of before. I'm not exactly a big Shakespeare reader. You could probably tell, because I only have like a vocabulary of like 7 words. But now honorific abilitudinatibus is one of them. Just means the ability to receive awards. Let's move on to place names. Place names are, for some reason, the craziest. Like, for example, Webster Lake, otherwise known as Lake Chargogagog Manchagagog Chowbangangamog, which means fishing place at the boundaries, neutral meeting grounds. But I gotta ask, who would call this Webster Lake after finding out it has a name like Chargogagog Manchagagog Chowbangangamog? That's an infinitely better name. Why would you change it? But you don't want to hear that easy to pronounce shit like Chargogagog Manchagagog Chowbangangamog or honorific abilitudinatibus. You want to see that shit that is impossible to pronounce. And you can't bring up unpronounceable place names without bringing up quite possibly the least pronounceable place name. Llanfair Pwllgwyngyll Goger Choron Robol Llantysilio Gogogach. And though Llanfair Pwllgwyngyll Goger Choron Robol Llantysilio Gogogach is a beautiful name, what does it mean? Well, it means St. Mary's Church in the hollow of the White Hazel near to the rapid whirlpool of Llantysilio of the Red Cave. They just took an entire ass sentence and made it their town's name. But if you heard that name and you thought it just wasn't long enough, don't worry, because someone was inspired to name a rod-shaped bacteria after this place. Myxococcus Gogogachensis, apparently named so because it was discovered in Gogogach, which is just bad luck. But if you thought that shit was long, what if I told you that was Weenie Hut Jr. baby shit compared to the next name? Tau Matifukatungi Hunga Kawau Wow Otamatea Taripu Kakapiki Maunga Horanuku Pokai Fanua Kita Nadahu. Now that is a long place name. But if you thought that just wasn't long enough for me, don't worry, because there is a longer version. Tau Matifukatungi Hunga Kawau Wow Otamatea Haumai Tafidi Urahea Taripu Kakapiki Maunga Horanuku Pokai Fanua Kita Nadahu. Now the original translates to the summit where Tamatea, the man with the big knees, climber of mountains, the land swallower who traveled about playing his kawau wow to his loved one. Just an entire fucking sentence as the name again. The expanded and enhanced version, however, translates to the hill of the flute playing by Tamatea, who was blown hither from afar, had a slit penis, grazed his knees climbing mountains, fell on the earth, and encircled the land. To his beloved one. Now that we've got place names out of the way, I think we should talk about compound words. I don't know much about compound words because I'm a free American, so I speak English. But to my knowledge, it's just putting 2 words together to make a bigger word. I don't know why you wouldn't just say the 2 words separately, but I'm not German, so I wouldn't know. I don't think they're really considered like real words. They're mostly used in a specific context. For example, there's a Steam game going to be released in the year 2026 called Planeten Verteidigungs Kanonenkommandant. All of the words in this word are real German words, but I don't think you would find this in a dictionary. Now, I could waste time reading smaller compound words, but I figure I might as well just jump to the biggest published word in German. Whatever that means, I'm honestly not sure. It just said that on the Wikipedia page. Either way, the word is Donau-Dampfschifffahrtselektrizitäten Hauptbetriebswerk Beamte Beamtengesellschaft, which means Association for Subordinate Officials of the Main Maintenance Building for the Donau-Dampfschifffahrtsgesellschaft, which is already a mouthful when it's all separate words. Like, could they not consider shortening that name before making it a one single word? Also, if you can believe it, you're not going to believe it, but if you could believe it, that is actually the only word that I had to practice specifically for this video. Every other word I already knew how to pronounce beforehand. Anyway, that's all the energy my sleep-deprived ass has to read long words today.